So let's talk about the holistic dynamic therapy or theory of Abraham Maslow, which was kind of the founder of modern humanism in the United States. This is a picture of Abraham Maslow. Holistic dynamic theory assumes that the whole person is continually being motivated by one need or another, that people have the potential to grow towards psychological health, that is self-actualization. To attain self-actualization, people must satisfy lower needs, such as hunger, safety, love, and esteem. Only after they are relatively satisfied in each of these needs can they reach self-actualization. Humanism, in general, is called the third force in psychology. The first force being psychoanalysis, the second force being behaviorism. He had biographically had a dissatisfied childhood, poor performer in school, experienced many great teachers in college, though. Imagine having teachers to teach your psychology class like Harry Harlow, Edward Titchener, who really founded the whole idea of empathy and mental health care, Ruth Benedict, Max Wertheimer the Great, Gestalt psychologist, Alfred Adler, Julian Roeder, and Kurt Goldstein, one of the founders of modern neuroscience. Personal life was filled with pain and illness. He was very sick, shy child, unhappy, isolated and self-rejecting, and he died in 1970. But not before he made an important contribution. Maslow's view of motivations. First, the approach is holistic, meaning that not only any single one function is motivated at a time. It could be a complex of them. Motivation is usually complicated, meaning that a person's behavior may spring from several separate motives. Think about why you're going to college. Is it just one thing, or it could be three or four things, or more? People are continually motivated by one need or another. When one need is satisfied, it ordinarily loses motivational power and is replaced by another need. All people everywhere are motivated by the basic needs: food, rest, water, safety. The way people in different cultures obtain food, building shelters, express their friendships, and so forth may vary widely, but the fundamental need for food, safety, and friendship are common in the entire species. And most importantly, needs can be arranged in a hierarchy. For Maslow, the lower needs of the hierarchy must be satisfied before the higher level needs can become motivators. The five needs are referred to as cognitive needs, meaning that they have a striving or motivational character. The lower needs are prepotent over higher needs. They must be satisfied first. They include physiological needs, like food and water and air. Safety needs cannot be overly satisfied. Without being met, it can lead to basic anxiety. The third level is love and belongingness. First, if not adequately met, these people have confidence that they are accepted by those who are important to them, so when other people reject them, they do not feel devastated. Second, this group have never experienced love and belongingness and therefore are incapable of giving love, not strongly motivated for it. And third, these people have received love and belongingness in small doses, so that can vary from one extreme to another. The fourth level is called esteem needs, includes self-respect, confidence, competence, and knowledge of others, holding them in high esteem. It includes reputation, how you're seen in other people's eyes, and self-esteem, how you're seen in your own eyes. And then, of course, the top of the pyramid, even though it's a square top, is self-actualization. When the lower needs are satisfied, people proceed more or less automatically to the next level. However, once esteem needs are met, they do not always move to the level of self-actualization. They must embrace B values. B values include respect, beauty, truth, justice, and other values. I'll show you some in a minute. Includes self-fulfillment, reaching one's own potential, and the desire to become creative in a full sense of the word. Besides the five needs, Maslow identified three others, including aesthetic, consistent with psychological health, and when absent leads to pathology. So aesthetic things are beautiful things. Same with cognitive, challenging your mind, and neurotic needs leads to pathology when present, not when not present, whether they are satisfied or not. 85% of people meet their physiological needs at first level. 70% meet the second level of safety. 50% meet the third level of love and belongingness. 40% meet esteem needs. And only 10%, 1 out of 10 people, become self-actualized. Sometimes the order is reversed, too. Maslow differentiated between unmotivated behavior and motivated behavior, between expressive, serving no purpose, and coping behavior is unlearned, spontaneous, and determined in part by the environment. He also suggested instinctual behavior, like instinction, can be motivated through learning. So self-actualization is very difficult to achieve. Look closely and admire individuals to see if they are self-actualized or not, and when they are, why are they or why are they not? He developed some criteria for self-actualization, including being free of mental illness or psychopathology, had progressed through the hierarchy from the base to the top. They embrace many B values, and they're fulfilled their needs to grow, develop, to increasingly become what they are capable of becoming. Can you think of anyone in your life who's self-actualized? And if so, why? Do they meet these criteria? So some of the B values, there's 14 of them, include truth, goodness, beauty, wholeness or transcendence of dichotomies, at least understanding the both sides of the coin, aliveness or spontaneity, uniqueness, perfection, completion, justice and order. Think of a person like Gandhi. Simplicity, richness or totality, effortlessness, playfulness or humor, and self-sufficiency. So they'll embrace those needs. A self-actualized person often has unique characteristics. They're more efficient at perception of reality. They accept themselves, others, and nature. They're spontaneous, simplicity, and they believe in natural things. Problem-centered, they have a need for privacy. They're autonomous as they take care of themselves. They have continued freshness of appreciation. Many of them have a peak experience that motivates them. They have what's called Gemeinschaftsgefühl, a community feeling or a sense of oneness with humanity. They have a profound interpersonal relationships. Think of a person like Martin Luther King Jr. Democratic character structure. They discriminate between means and ends. They have a philosophical sense of humor. Creativity and resistance to enculturation. They keep their values. Self-actualization allows individuals to have a deeper, more profound sense of love and sex that transcends the usual importance and is not at all motivated by deficiency or importance. So it's being in the moment. Maslow also believed that scientists should care about the people and the topics they investigate. This is part of humanism, placing more emphasis on the individual and less on the study of the larger group. It should be emphasized that wholeness of the individual is seen as from the person's subjective perspective. Psychology should take on more of the Taoist attitude, which is more non-inferential, non-interfering, passive, and receptive. One of the things that he was noted for, by the way, was called the Jonah complex. It's one of the more critical blocks of self-actualization, and it's our own fear of being our best. So we put roadblocks in front of us from reaching our goals. Clients must be free from their dependency on others and move naturally toward growth and self-actualization. So you are facilitating as a therapist. All people have an inherent tendency to move toward better and more enriching conditions, like self-actualization. The goal of psychology follows from the client's position on the hierarchy of needs. fulfill the lower needs, then work toward the higher needs. Because the lower needs are typically already met, psychotherapy is usually an interpersonal process between client and therapist. A healthy interpersonal relationship between the client and the therapist is therefore the best psychological medicine. That's super important. This accepting relationship gives the client a feeling of being worthy of love and facilitates their ability to establish other healthy relationships outside of therapy. And this, by the way, led to Carl Rogers putting this down in specific how-tos. So be sure to check out Carl Rogers, which is the next video.